Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your host, Julie Jancius, and today we have a very special episode. Karen, who is one of my team members on my Angel Wellness Center, she's one of the healers. She has put together an angel story with a listener who wanted to share their beautiful signs from the other side. Friends, I'll be back on Monday with an interview about grief, about loss, about becoming a widow. And I'll be back next Thursday as well with an all new angel story. Now let's dive into today's episode and hear what messages Spirit has for us today. Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. I'm your angel medium, Julie Jancius, and today we're sharing your angel stories. Why do our angels and loved ones above show us signs? Yes, they want us to know they're okay and at peace, but deeper than that, they want us to connect with them so that they can help us more from the other side. Friends, it all begins with your intuition, vibration, and experiencing oneness. Your intuition is your soul's voice. It's also how your loved ones talk to you from heaven. In this podcast, we teach you how to turn up the volume on your intuition so that you can hear their loving messages more clearly. We also teach you how to raise your vibration and feel your oneness with all that is. Friends, you are here to love, give love, receive love, be love, radiate love. And because your soul is love, all you really ever have to do is just be.
Welcome to the Angels and Awakening podcast. My name is Karen. I'm one of Julie's Angel Wellness team members. I'm filling in for Julie today as she takes time to rest and recover from being under the weather. I'm here today with Lisa to share her angel stories. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you, Karen.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, I'll have you take it away.
Okay, so I have a lot of angel stories, but they really date back to when I was younger and before finding Julie's podcast and everything. But one of the things I guess that started me on my journey of spiritual awakening was I had a friend in high school who passed away, and her name was Claire. And it was just so unbelievable all the signs I was getting from Claire after she passed. I'm going to read through this actually. So back in 1999, when my friend passed away, she passed from an unexpected heart condition. She passed away on November 11th. And so even from that moment, 11/11 was always something that my friends and I would kind of think about Claire whenever we saw 11/11. It's a sign from her. So at the time, I was actually 17 and I had been very sick. I was so sick, I wasn't even able to attend her funeral. But just days later, I actually found out that I was pregnant. So shocked and everything, I'd said to myself, if it's a girl, I'm going to name my daughter Claire after her, like in the middle name. So that's what I did. I had a daughter and her name is Haley Claire. And since that then on, I always believed that Claire was her guardian angel. So then about 5 years later on the anniversary of Claire's passing, my daughter had woken up that morning early in the morning and she came into my room and she was kind of like, Mom, I just want to sleep with you. So I was like, that's fine. And later on throughout the day went on, she woke up, I went to work and she had gone to daycare. I had gone to work. She was about 5 years old at the time. So she was actually 4.5. So on the way home from after work, she told me that that morning she had felt like she was falling out of the bed before she had gone and come to my room. And she said that a girl helped her come back up on the bed. And she told me this girl looked like my brother's girlfriend at the time. It was a girl with brown hair. And she said, but it wasn't her, Mom. And it just clicked with me. Oh my goodness. It was the 5-year anniversary. And I just had in my mind, I'm like, that was Claire. I know it. That was her, just being with her, helping her. And it was a sign from her, like, I'm still here. So I questioned that for a while. And, in my younger years, I was like, I wonder if that was really her. So then, years later, my sister-in-law and I, we had gone to see Sylvia Brown, who's was a psychic medium. And we went to Boston, and we had driven down to Boston, and it was a really large crowd. And I said to myself, I'm not going to get picked to have this reading, in front of these so many people. But in my mind and in my heart, I thought, if I don't get picked, I know that it's because I know it was Claire. I was just going to ask her that question. And I didn't end up getting picked that day, which was fine. But on the way home, though, when we were driving home from Boston, we drove by Mass General, and that hospital has a cardiac unit. And there was a sign on there with a symbol of a heart, like the actual heart cardiac unit, Mass General, it said. And underneath that heart, someone had written in graffiti, listen to your heart, like in a Sharpie pen. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a sign from Claire. It has to be.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, I just know that I had those signs from her. And even to this day, she's continued to leave us signs. For example, after my daughter graduated high school and she went on to cosmetology school. On the way home from her cosmetology graduation, the song Waiting for Tonight by Jennifer Lopez came on. Now, that song is like 20 years old and it rarely comes on the radio. And that was a song that it made me think of her. So it was like in that moment, it was like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? It was just it was amazing because I was like, she's here.
She is. Wow. She's always with you, watching over your daughter. Wow.
Hmm.
I love that.
Thank you.
Beautiful souls, did you know that there are 2 times of year where the energy here on earth is much more thin? They say the veil is thinner and you can connect more palpably, feeling it more, this connection with the other side. One of those times is Halloween. And Halloween did not start out as this candy fest with all of these costumes. It was a spiritual tradition, which I'm going to talk about here on the podcast in an episode coming up. But here's what I want you to know. What Archangel Michael talks about is there's a reciprocal blessing that used to occur with these spiritual traditions. So when you would take time on Halloween, All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day, to honor, and I know those days are different, when you take time to honor your loved ones and your intent is just to honor those loved ones, because friends, there are so many more ancestors working on your spirit team than you even realize. And when you, of your free will, pause your life to honor them, respect them, thank them for all the work that they are doing in and out for you every single day, what happens is a reciprocal blessing. And so you're not doing it to receive the blessing yourself, but it's the outcome that you receive from going through this spiritual tradition, this ceremony of sorts, okay? And that's what Archangel Michael wants you to know. So on Halloween morning, we are having a live event. And if you are in the angel membership, if you are in the Healing Your Inner Child course, you get this event as part of those courses. But if you're not in them, you can still join and participate. And you can do that by going to the website, theangelmedium.com, and registering for this event where you receive this reciprocal blessing. You deepen this connection with your ancestors. And it's just such a yummy, delicious, vibration to be in that day. So go ahead, get registered, and I'm so excited to work with you on Halloween. One more thing before we go, we are still picking a winner from the reviews. When you leave a 5-star positive review, you're entered into a contest where I pick a new name each month. And this month is DD Nikki. We are going to give you a free month of the Angel membership. Friends, you can win next month. All you have to do is leave a 5-star positive review and send us a screenshot so that we have your email and can contact you. Now let's get back to the show.
Lisa, do you have another story to share with us?
So yes, after hearing all that, I there was another story that happened with me with my grandmother after she had passed away. And this I love telling people this because I absolutely 100% believe in the signs from my loved ones and spirit. And so back when I was getting married, this was probably back in 2007 or so. My grandmother had recently passed away. Probably she had passed in 2004. So one day I was very upset because unfortunately my godparents decided that they weren't going to attend my wedding. And this was because I didn't get married in a church. My husband and I decided to not get married in a church. And it was just so hurtful at the time. And I was on the way home in the car with my mom. I was crying to my mom on the phone over the situation. And when I got home, it was like a very hot summer day. And I walked into my house. We didn't have air conditioning at the time. It was literally 89 degrees in my house. And I got off the phone with my mom and I was just in tears, and I'm sweating in my kitchen. I sat down at my kitchen table and all of a sudden, my right arm had the chills, tingles, cold chills. And I looked down at my kitchen table and there was a recipe card from my grandmother right there in front of my face. And I don't remember putting it out. I had a little recipe box that I'd gotten from my wedding shower. And I saw the recipe card and I felt that on my arm. And I just said, "Oh my goodness, grandma, thank you so much for the sign." Like she was there, like to comfort me. So it gave me the chill.
That's beautiful.
hmm
And yeah, you weren't doing anything with your recipes and it was just right in front of you.
No, I had had the recipe card box out because we had gotten it from the wedding shower and everybody, had contributed a recipe. And my grandmother had already passed. So my mom had taken one of the recipes she had that my grandmother had written and she had put it in the recipe box. So,
It was in your grandmother's handwriting.
yeah.
Wasn't, oh, wow.
hmm
That's
Yeah.
really special.
So it was so sweet. And I never questioned it. I just had this overwhelming knowing that that was her in that moment.
Oh,
So,
I love that. Yeah.
yeah. I also have one more story, and it's about my brother in law and my son. So I feel like as though my son is very intuitive, and he always has been, even as a young child. He's 9 years old now, but he was always like never afraid of anything. And he would even say to me that after my brother in law passed, he told me that he heard Uncle Sharon's voice in his bedroom. And I didn't doubt it. I said, okay, well, maybe he's just checking in on you. So this was so sweet. At one point, we have a lake house it's a camp, and my brother-in-law used to live there. And in the summer, there was like grasshoppers everywhere, and they were always so attracted to my son. And he would be like able to pick up the grasshopper, and hold it so many times. And he actually brought up the fact that it was like, oh, maybe it's Uncle Sean visiting us. So I didn't question that at all. And one day earlier in the year or later on the next year, when I would go in and clean out the camp and get it ready in the springtime. Well, I happened to be cleaning out inside the camp, just going through boxes, getting it ready for the summer. And I opened up a drawer, and inside the drawer was my brother in law's little funeral cards, the prayer cards, and there was a grasshopper on top of it. Like it was a dead grasshopper. But I said to myself, how on earth did that get in there?
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, "Oh my goodness, that's amazing." Like, it's a sign, totally a sign from him. Either he knows that we're talking about him or when grasshoppers are around, or it's a sign.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, and for your son to know that, to be so intuitive, to relate that to your brother-in-law, that's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I feel like part of this whole journey is, you know, helping him with whatever his gifts are as well, and I don't know. And especially after finding Julie and her podcasts, so many synchronicities and so many signs came to me before, doing the angel Reiki school and angel communication and joining the membership. It was just like everything was just, it was like Julie says, following the nugget, because I would see, even when I first found it, she had said she was on a podcast. She was born in 82. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was born in 82. And then the location from where her father was living was Derry, New Hampshire, and I live in New Hampshire, right near there. And it was like every little tidbit, it was like for me, pushing me to like go down this path. And with my son, I feel like everything that I've learned and know now, I can help him as well. So I love it.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's, your angels and guides, or they're just putting things in place for you as need be, and the timing is just always right. Isn't that amazing how the
Mhm.
timing is just, it's divine. The
It is.
the
I always notice the signs. Like I always see my numbers 444 on license plates. I always see signs from my grandmother. I'll see Dottie. Her name was Dorothy. I'll see Dottie, or, you know, just anything like that might be pertaining to something that I was thinking about that day. And I'll be like, yep, okay, angels, I know that you're with me.
Oh, I love that. Oh. All right, Lisa. Well, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us today.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to. It was my pleasure.
Yes, and lots of love to you.
Thank you so
Great.
much, Karen.
All right, take
Have a great
care.
day.
You too.
Beautiful souls, if you enjoyed today's episode, please tell your people about it and share it on your social accounts. Friends, we're truly here to serve you. When I went through my spiritual awakening, there wasn't one book I could read or one place I could go to for all of the answers. I really had to piece them together myself. So, what I did for you was create programs that I wish I had when I was awakening. For those who are seeking these same answers, I created a program called the Angel Membership with so many benefits. It walks you through 12 months of spiritual awakening with your angels and helps you to awaken fully yourself. You see, awakening isn't a one and done thing. There is a process to awakening, and this 12-month program walks you through it alongside your angels. In the angel membership, you also get access to a small group of peers to go through this experience with you. You get live access to me twice a month and so much more. For those who want to serve humanity by working as healers themselves, but don't know what their gifts are or where to start, I developed my Angel Reiki School, which opens you to all of your God given spiritual gifts. teaches you how to use them and how to start a business for yourself. Students who go through both my Angel Reiki School and Angel Membership Program for at least 1 year are eligible to apply to be a healer in my online Angel Wellness Center and work alongside me. Friends, I touch on all of this and teach you how to connect with your angels in my new book titled Angels and Awakening. Yep, just like this podcast. The book is available for pre-sale starting September 9th, 2021 on Amazon. Friends, your support helps me produce this podcast. Thank you so, so much for being our angels by listening, sharing, and supporting this show. When you leave a 5-star positive review, I enter your name into a monthly drawing to win a free session with me or an Angel Reiki School student. This month's winner is in the show notes. Now, here is a mini Angel Reiki meditation and visualization with your angels to help you lift your vibration and keep it that way the rest of the day. Friends, I want you to start by taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I want you to see yourself surrounded by angels. I want you to feel their warm, radiant, loving presence. And I want you to see yourself, it's December 15th, 2021. I want you to see yourself looking healthy, feeling healthy, mind, body, and soul. I want you to go inward and feel that you're so proud of yourself and all that you've been through, all that you've done, all that you've accomplished in 2021. And you're enthusiastically looking forward to 2022. Friends, I want you to connect with God, universe, source energy, and just take a moment to give thanks. Give thanks and gratitude for all of the blessings that have come your way and all of the blessings that you stand here right now in faith, knowing that they're on their way to you. Friend, as I lead you in this, your angels want you to ask God, universe, source, to show you what it wants for you in your life. See the big picture of what God, universe, source wants for you. I want you to pause and just allow the words, visions, feelings, or knowingness to come to you. And friend, when you connect with the other side, they will only give you positive, loving messages. So just take that moment right now. What is it that God, universe, source wants for you in your life? Allow yourself to be open to it. Allow yourself to see it, hear it, feel it, get a knowingness of it. And now your angels want you to ask God, universe, source, what is the next step I should take? Again, pause and allow the words, visions, feeling, knowingness to come to you, and remember they're only positive, loving messages. What is it that you see, hear, feel, or get a knowingness of when you ask, what is the next step I should take? Friends, I want you to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I want you to feel all the love that is surrounding supporting you. Feel yourself lovingly surrounded by your angels. Friends, they are guiding you, directing you, protecting you, and they're giving you signs to validate to you that you're not walking this journey alone. Allow yourself to believe the signs that you see. Allow yourself to follow the callings of your heart responsibly with faith, and allow yourself to feel the loving presence of your angels and your loved ones as they guide you each and every day. Friends, I love you, they love you. Open up your heart to all of the unexpected blessings that are on their way to you right now.